What's up, peeps? It's Mary Beth Eversole, the allergy actress, and I bet you recognize this lady right here. My good friend Lorrie Gray is back, and of course, she's a paleo enthusiast, as you know. She is also an essential oil educator, and that is what we're going to be talking about today, right?
Yes.
We're going to be talking about essential oils, and we're also talking about a very specific paleo diet. You want to talk a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so today we're going to be highlighting the autoimmune protocol. So it's paleo, all of those things. So no grains, dairy, legumes, beans, processed food, sugar. But then it's also going to take out some additional foods that are known to trigger autoimmunity in people who have issues with that. So that means no nuts or seeds and nightshade vegetables.
Like tomatoes.
Tomatoes, eggplants, peppers. So it takes those things out, puts in healing foods like bone broth, and nutrient-rich foods too.
Yeah. And it's really cool because it's not cool while you're doing it because it's very restrictive.
Very restrictive.
However, it's good because it brings the inflammation down, and it only lasts like 6 to 8 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, you just do it until you feel better, and then you gradually put those foods back in to see.
It's, as all you food allergy peeps already know,
Yeah.
the elimination diet. It's just an extreme elimination diet. So
yes.
But yeah, that's what we're working on today. And Lorrie made this recipe, and I'm really excited to try it. What are we doing?
We're gonna do my take on a sweet potato falafel.
Yum.
Which usually has garbanzo beans and things, which are not paleo okay, but we're replacing that with
Sweet potatoes.
some safe ingredients. Yeah.
And coconut flour.
And coconut flour, and it's really yummy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so excited to try it. And this really cool coconut sauce, and I cannot wait to try it. So speaking of that, why don't we get to the ingredients? Woohoo! All right, peeps, it is ingredient time.
Yay.
This is the stuff that helps this, right? And it helps this, and it helps this.
Everything.
Right? Okay.
Perfect.
So we're going to talk about the sweet potatoes, the falafel themselves first. So first we have sweet potatoes, and this is just 2 large sweet potatoes. And okay, let me talk about sweet potatoes. These are not actually sweet potatoes, these are yams, okay? Sweet potatoes are white, they taste sweeter than a potato, and they're actually better for you than a potato. But people call these sweet potatoes too, so that's what these are. They're actually yams. These in particular are jewel yams. Yummy. So 2 large sweet potatoes, jewel yams, and I don't know, what are some benefits of these?
They make my kids happy.
Kid friendly. Kid
If
friendly.
we don't have sweet potatoes once a day, they're a little grumpy.
Yeah.
But they're, certain starches and carbohydrates don't affect our body well.
Right.
But this is a really good way to get the carbohydrates we need without adversely affecting anything in our
And
system.
they're actually good for your digestive system. I currently am eating a lot of sweet potatoes because they're easily digested, and they have a lot of packed nutrients. So my body is absorbing them where it's not absorbing a lot of other nutrients right now as I'm working through my autoimmune. But this is easily absorbed nutrients. So sweet potatoes are great for that. Sorry, jewel yams. Everybody in America calls these sweet potatoes.
Everybody does. Yes.
Everybody does.
Everybody does.
Okay, so then within the falafel, you're also going to do about 5 tablespoons of coconut flour. Now, if you can't find coconut flour at your local allergy-friendly grocery store, you can make it by getting shredded coconut and finely grinding it in like a food processor or a high-volume blender, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And be careful with that. Sometimes I've done that if the larger the pieces, the more moisture they will have in them.
Yeah.
So you can end up making coconut butter.
Yes,
So
yes, and that's true.
if you're going to make it into flour, get the littler pieces seem to work better for me.
Right, because coconut flour is actually, it sucks up the moisture. So, yes, she's right. You're right, Lorrie. Okay, and then, ooh, ding ding. And then we have 1 tablespoon. You can use fresh, I almost said ginger. Garlic.
Or garlic.
I don't know if ginger would taste
It
good.
would probably
it
be
would be
good.
okay. And it's good for your digestion. Maybe ginger,
good.
but today we're going to use garlic. And 1 teaspoon of garlic, and I'm using garlic powder today. Garlic granules is what it's called at the store. But you can also use fresh garlic. And then you want to use half a teaspoon of salt. And of course, you know me, I'm going to use the Himalayan pink salt because it's full of minerals and it's good for your thyroid. Your roommate Tim told us today that it's good for your thyroid.
Yes.
I didn't know that part, so that was awesome.
And adrenals and all kinds of things.
Ooh, adrenals, yes. And that's something I'm working on as well right now.
Yeah, when I was working through that, doing, I think it was like a teaspoon in water first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Helps with that as well.
I need to do that.
I know, it's so
okay,
good.
I'll do that.
Yay, salt.
Yay, salt!
Good
Oh,
salt.
and my doctor just told me I'm supposed to eat more salt anyway, so boom, there we go. Okay, so within the falafel, then you can either use regular spices, or you can use the essential oils that you know a lot about. So I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about some of these oils.
Yeah, these are great, and sometimes I use herbs and sometimes I use oils. Honestly, sometimes it's more about convenience. If I don't feel like zesting a lemon, putting a few drops of lemon oil in is really easy.
They're very potent.
Yeah, so one thing we are going to add just in spice form is some ground coriander.
Yes.
How much did we have of that?
I don't know.
I think 1.5 teaspoons of that.
1.5 teaspoons.
Ish.
We were both measuring.
Everything's very ish. But you can also use this in essential oil form. I just didn't happen to have any this time around. We're going to be using cilantro, lemon, and cumin essential oil.
Now, yes, and I just want to point out, as you all know, we can't say brands on the video, but I'm sure if you looked for a bottle that looks like this without the wrap around it, you'll know what we're talking about. So there you go.
A little investigation,
Or you can just email her because she knows.
You can email me. Either one is good. But all of these oils are really great. The cumin is really good for digestive health.
That was so surprising to me that they had cumin oil. I was like, oh, that makes, like, I've always just seen it in spice, ground spice form.
And yeah, it's super fun and easy. I mean, added to guacamole or any kind of fun thing like that.
That's
it's
so
super
easy. It's like one drop, boom.
One drop. It's
done.
super, super strong. We're going to put, again, cilantro as an oil. If you don't have any fresh,
so cool.
this is really great.
And this is pure. These oils are very pure.
Very pure. And this is great. It helps detox, especially from like heavy metals and stuff, which we're all coming in contact with.
All the time.
Good for, let me see, it's very uplifting. Good for things like anxiety. So that's a good one. And we're going to be using some lemon. This is one of my favorites. I go through a lot of lemon.
You can use this to clean with,
You can clean with it. I put it in my water every morning. But it's very purifying, especially good for liver, kidneys. So if you deal with like water retention, it's great for that.
It's good for detoxing.
Detoxing in general. But also mood support. It's really uplifting.
It is uplifting when you
Makes
smell
you
it.
happy. So,
Nice.
do you feel happier? I do.
I do too.
So, and as we work with these, because oils are fat soluble, rather than just putting them straight in there, we're going to mix them into a tablespoon of olive oil first. That'll just help disperse them and make sure it gets all evenly flavored.
And just FYI, a lot of times these oils, when you use them, by the way, how can you use them other than like cooking? There are some oils that you can't cook with too, by the way.
Yes. So not all are meant to be cooked with or done internally.
You have to, it'll say it on the bottle. You have to check it.
So part of that has to do with purity, whether or not it's a really high quality oil. These are. But then also if the plant itself isn't edible, then the oil isn't. So we don't eat cypress trees, so we wouldn't take cypress oil internally because that's a tree.
Yeah. So, and you can ingest some of them.
Yeah, so some of them can be done internally, also aromatically or topically. So
and aromatically, like through a diffuser, like something that looks like a humidifier, but it's a diffuser.
Just puts oils in the air.
And then the stent, the topically. So that's when you mentioned the oil. A lot of times when I use the essential oils, I mix them with fractionated coconut oil so that it like rolls on my skin, and because I have very sensitive skin.
Yes.
And sometimes you can have skin reactions to if you put the straight oil just straight on your skin, then it's like, ooh, that's a little much.
Some of them are strong. Some of them are more gentle, and it also too because you need such a small amount. They're so strong, especially if you're wanting to cover a big area.
Yeah.
You just need to be able to just get that one drop to go a lot farther.
And put them in a little roller, mix it with the coconut oil. You can even mix several of the oils together and have a little blend. And that makes it really nice for your skin. Also, just an FYI, some of these oils are, like especially the citrus oils, if you use them on your skin or you ingest them, some of them, you have to wait a little bit before you go out in the sunshine, like direct sunlight.
Yeah, being careful with
So.
sunlight. And I mean, if you're walking to your car, I wouldn't be super concerned, but you don't want to go lay out
On the
for a
beach.
couple hours
Yeah.
with those right on your skin.
So yeah, so those are the oils that are in the falafel, and then this is fractionated coconut oil, by the way.
So if you've seen regular coconut oil, whenever it's warm, it looks like this, but whenever it gets cool out, it turns solid.
Yeah.
So this one is great. It stays liquid all the time, which makes it great for pre-mixing it and not having to worry about it turning into...
And you don't have to get it in just the small vial. They sell in like huge vats.
Huge ones.
Yeah.
We buy it by the gallon.
So yeah.
Lots of it.
So yeah, okay, so then we've got the falafel, and then we have this beautiful sauce that we're gonna make. It so easy.
It's
What is
so
it?
easy. Yeah, it's super quick. The base is going to be some unsweetened coconut yogurt. So a lot of times in recipes like this, you'll use like a Greek yogurt, but that's...
Or sour cream or
sour
something like
cream,
that, yeah.
but people who
Or
can't do
tahini.
dairy, tahini,
Yeah.
and sauce. So this is a great alternative to that. Real simple ingredients, and so we're just going to take that and then mix some lime and cilantro, essential oil. So we talked about cilantro. Lime is going to be a fun one. It's, again, one of those ones that's really great for mood support.
Can I smell it?
Yes.
I wanna be happy.
And especially, actually, if you're
Ooh!
kind of
Woo!
fatigued, it's really, really energizing. Such a good one. And also very cleansing and also good for digestive health. But this one I also love because it's great for pain and inflammation. So
Oh.
if we're doing a diet that we're wanting to reduce that,
Right.
this one's actually going to help.
That makes me want to eat pie.
Yeah. So again, we're going to do like before, and we're going to mix those essential oils into some olive oil first.
And then we
Add our
also are going to
spices.
have a little bit of the garlic granules again. So 1 teaspoon of the garlic granules. And then you're going to do another half a teaspoon of that lovely Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
Look for the pink, you guys. The pink is the way to
pink,
go.
pink.
And then once that's all done, then you have your things that your toppings that you can put on, and you can do whatever you want. But
Yeah.
to make it look a little bit like the Greek version, or the Mediterranean version, get a bed of lettuce. You see my pretty bed of
So
lettuce?
pretty.
It's so pretty.
So colorful.
These are all these different types of lettuces, which I love. There's a little bit of bib lettuce in here. There is, I don't know what this colored one is. It's
I don't know.
pretty colored purple lettuce.
Purple lettuce.
and a little bit of freesia looking lettuce. And then what we'll do is you'll put the falafel on top of that, and then you can do anything from like avocado and cucumbers, and this is cilantro, yes?
Fresh cilantro,
Fresh
yeah.
cilantro.
Whatever.
And just, sprinkle on top, and
If
you
you're
can
not-
also do green onions.
Yeah, green onions. If you're not having to deal with autoimmune stuff, tomatoes are great. or
Yeah,
anything
because
like that.
as if you all know, I had an episode previously where we made Mediterranean falafels, and we made an Israeli salad, and it's basically tomatoes and cucumber and a little bit of sauce, and that's about it. So yeah, that would be, and it's like the perfect thing. So
Yeah.
yummy. Okay, so we're gonna get to making that falafel now.
Yay. Okay.
Well, hi guys. Okay, it's step number 1. You have to take the sweet potatoes and you have to put them into the pot, and then you have to boil them. So, Lorrie, feel free to do the honors.
Ta-da!
Awesome. Now we're gonna let it boil, right?
We
Boil?
are for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe 30, until they're soft.
Yeah, because you're gonna mash them. It's time to mash. Okay, here we go.
Mash, mash.
Mashing. Okay, so while we're mashing, by the way, guys, mash the sweet potatoes. So what we did was we boiled them for about 20 minutes, and then we drained them, and now we're mashing them, if you couldn't tell. So while we're mashing, I would love to know a little bit more even about the autoimmune paleo diet. So can you first talk about, you talked about the paleo diet in the last episode, but maybe just a little bit more about like what you guys avoid in the paleo diet first, and then maybe more about what we avoid in the autoimmune paleo diet.
Paleo.
Yes.
Yeah, so paleo, I mean, you're wanting to do simple foods, things that aren't processed, but primarily avoiding grains, all of them, even pseudo grains like quinoa.
Yeah. And corn and things like that.
Corn and things like that, as well as like rice and things we would think of. We take out beans and legumes, which includes peanut butter. That's not a nut. That's a legume. I know. It's so good.
Although
It's
for
so
those of you
good.
with peanut allergies, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
So,
And sugar. Sugar stays out as well, and dairy. Those are the main ones. I know.
so when you say sugar, is it all sugar or can you use other sweeteners?
You can, and it kind of depends on how much of a purist you are, but primarily absolutely taking out processed white sugar, without a
Which
doubt.
you should just do anyway.
Everybody should do that. And so some good alternatives, coconut sugar, which I know you do.
Coconut sugar is awesome.
We'll do a little bit of honey or a little bit of maple syrup.
And honey is awesome for
spirit.
food allergies because,
is.
and it's not just food allergies, sorry, it's also airborne allergies, but it's always got to be the local honey.
Local stuff.
So honey is not vegan, so sorry for my vegan friends. You
Mm-hmm.
can't use it. Agave is a good substitute if you are vegan. You can use agave, but honey is so good for your
It's
allergies.
So good for so many things. But yeah, so paleo was great. I did it because I have a condition and I need to be low inflammation. And so taking all that stuff out, and for most people with inflammatory stuff, that's almost enough. But
Yeah.
do we want to add this before I do the
Are we
rest?
doing the coconut flour?
Yeah.
Okay, coconut flour goes in. Now, do you put the whole thing or do you kind of go a little bit at a time?
So we can probably do most of it, and then we'll
Okay.
check. Yes, because depending on like how well you drained your sweet potatoes and how big they were, and if they were,
Those are some big sweet
those
potato
are some big
yams.
sweet potato yams.
I'm just going to start calling them sweet potato
sweet potato yams.
Yes.
Sweet potato yams. But you're going to want to make like a soft
Oh, that
dough.
smells really good. I'm like, ooh, now it says like coconut. Oh yeah, we put coconut flour in there.
It's almost desserty, right? Like with the the coconut flour is a
It's
little
like
bit sweet.
sweet potato pie or
It
something.
is. Yeah, it's really similar to that. Thankfully, we're going to add some of these other spices. Will make it feel, a little bit more savory. But
Yeah. So then the autoimmune paleo is more for lower inflammation.
that in general, yeah. So it's going to focus on.
And by the way, with paleo, you do eat a lot of meats. So unfortunately, I can have some paleo, and there is vegan paleo, and I can do a lot of those recipes.
Yeah.
I can't do regular paleo on a regular daily basis because I can't have any of the animal protein.
Yeah, but we do minimal. Like we don't go over the top.
Right.
With meats, like we do as much as we need to have an adequate amount of protein, but we don't go over the top.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of
Eggs.
Yes, when we can. Though while I was on the autoimmune protocol, had to do a time without eggs and even especially the egg whites.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Which a lot of people think of that as being the healthy part. But for people with autoimmune issues, egg whites for some reason trigger it. There's something in there that triggers autoimmunity in people.
Makes sense for me.
So when I did try eggs back in, I started with the yolks.
Interesting.
And I found to this day that I can do eggs to a certain extent, but if we start doing too many eggs,
Same with me.
I have to cut back.
Yep.
So there's that, and then we do. So also, like I said, so no nightshades.
Which is like tomatoes, eggplants. Is it potatoes also?
White potatoes.
White potatoes.
And then anything in the pepper family, including
sad.
including pepper-based spices. So
Really sad.
yeah. So if you chili powder and
Bell peppers.
yes,
all
bell
of
peppers,
that.
hot peppers, all the peppers. That's sad too. I know we really, really love those. But it's for a season and it was
Yeah.
okay. And I found out I can add those things back in now in moderation, which is
Good.
great.
Yeah.
But then also
Garlic.
garlic's great. And
We're gonna
salt.
drop that garlic in. Remember, you can use fresh garlic if you want. Just make sure that you mince it or crush it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna put it all in. Boom. Who does that? Emerald. Bam.
or you can sprinkle it. Do you want to sprinkle that in too while we're mixing?
Oh yeah. I probably should have sprinkled it, huh?
No, we're just gonna salt right here, just this spot. Just
Here.
that spot, not all of it.
Now we just have to mix it really well.
Really well.
I should have done from above. Then it would have sprayed out. Remember how I always say salt from above? Yeah, I didn't do that. Oh wow, that's okay.
We're gonna mash it real well.
Yes. Oh, I love garlic. Now you have to.
So good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking you have to avoid garlic, but no, that's the FODMAP diet.
Right.
So
yeah, there was a time when I was on that one as well. I think just about every specialized diet.
I know. I feel like I've started going through all of them too.
Trying to figure out which one's healthy,
Which one works
one's
best for
more
you, and it
important,
really is. Yeah, it's trial and error. Unfortunately, there's just not enough information on I mean, there is scientific information, but there's just not enough information in the Western medicine world for them to be like, oh yeah, you need to try this diet, you know? And so you really have to go find a health coach, nutritionist who knows what they're talking about and work through these elimination diets with them so that you are doing the proper amount and you're understanding what's going in and what's coming out and what the responses are. And you know, it's helpful to have a professional, if you can, help you with that. And if you can't, you just have to make sure you're very well versed and make sure you do your research.
And I think too, and to remember that the goal isn't elimination, the goal is healing.
Yes.
You know? And so taking out things, but then
cleansing and then re-nourishing.
And not being, and you know, making sure that during those times you're eating things that are really, really nutrient rich and nutrient dense. And yeah, I mean, we don't want to be deficient in all those.
Yeah, so like
things.
These are super nourishing.
Good.
That's why I eat these all the time right now. So
you do.
I'm like, Okay,
right,
so now what are we
oils?
doing? Ooh, yes.
So now we're gonna add our essential oils.
So this is like a little bit of a science. So watch closely, everyone. The first time Lorrie had me do essential oils, I was at one of her parties, and it was peppermint. And you had said put it in your hand, and like we passed the little thing around. And I was just like, okay, and like got this like whole like handful of peppermint. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, and then like I couldn't get away. I'm like, I can't get away from it. Like it was just like so. And the person sitting next to me was like, oh, like it was so much.
I mean, and peppermint especially,
it comes out so quickly.
Strong, and some of them do. That's why I tell people, I'm like, be careful. And some of them, like, the viscosity is just different. So something like
viscosity meaning thickness.
How thick it is. Something like these citrus ones, they're going to come out pretty quick.
Super fast.
Yeah. So you're gonna, barely tip it. But then there are some like.
Vetiver,
sandalwood. I mean, it comes out almost. I mean,
like you just sit there and you're like, is it blocked?
Is it coming? And it kind of.
But don't shake because then you're gonna get way too much.
Yeah. So these ones are all reasonably thin.
Yeah.
But we're still we're not gonna dump them all the way upside down. We're just gonna turn on the side to let it.
And when we say a drop, I mean we mean it.
Yeah. So we're gonna do, because this is a big batch, we're gonna do 2 drops of this.
Okay. So this is cilantro. Oh, it smells so good.
So good. And we're gonna do,
my mother-in-law would hate it. She hates
doesn't
cilantro.
like that smell. You know, I didn't like it for the longest time. It's one of those flavors that's grown on me. But if you don't like the cilantro, just leave it out.
Yeah.
Or you could do a little extra.
Did you hear that, mother-in-law, Claire mom? Leave out the cilantro drops, okay?
Just leave out the cilantro. Or my husband, you know, if you're not on autoimmune protocol, my husband likes things spicy. So you could also add in something, you know, with a little bit of heat.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to do 2 drops of lemon, so just a little bit.
1, 2, that came really fast.
You get the...
Once it comes out, it's like,
There's like an art to being like, it's almost coming, and like scooping it back in.
Don't do this.
And then we're going to do 3 of the cumin. Because we really just want it, want it to be pretty strong.
She says cumin and I say cumin.
Do you?
It's a Midwestern thing for me.
No, I used to say cumin because that's what I was, Midwest. And then I got out here and everybody said cumin. And I was like, oh.
It sounds so foreign to me.
I'm like...
I say cumin.
Give with the times.
I'll stick with my Midwestern roots.
Good. Then we're
cumin. You're so cumin.
Okay.
Because you say cute.
It makes sense.
Why wouldn't you say cumin?
I think you're brilliant.
Okay,
we're just
listen
gonna
to
go
this.
with this logic.
Coot.
That is a word.
It doesn't work.
That's a Midwestern word too, though. I think that's you're an old coot.
You're an old coot, which isn't a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
So we're gonna say cumin from now on, okay?
And we like this. Okay, so I just gave them a little stir.
Okay.
Gonna get it all spread out.
And it doesn't, like, it's not gonna look any different than the oil that you have.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be whatever oil you put in there, it's the same color. So.
Now there are some, like if you, like some of them do have various colors.
Yeah.
Like blue tansy oil.
I've never seen that one.
It's blue.
I'm gonna buy it just so I can have blue oil.
Blue oil.
Okay.
All right, and then
you stir.
Stir.
And remember, if you guys don't have access to essential oils right now, which you should go get them, because they're so much better for you. They're just so good. You can use the ground version or the fresh version of any of these.
Yeah.
And do they have essential oil garlic?
Not that I know of.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome, right?
That'd be super strong.
In like liquefied form.
Yeah.
Now, and here's the thing too with this. So we're actually kind of breaking a little bit of protocol here with cooking with essential oils. I know. So if you heat them It's not going to ruin them, but if you're really going for
They're less pure.
Yeah, well, therapeutic value, they're going to be slightly less potent. Where if you're like, because we're kind of using this because we like the flavor, but if
Right.
you were doing it because you really wanted those therapeutic benefits, doing it in a way where it's not heated would be ideal. But
So cold sweet potatoes.
but it's still going to be beneficial, just maybe not 100%.
Not as beneficial, but
As
still going to
beneficial.
be super tasty.
Super tasty above anything else, and so easy.
Yeah. Okay, so this is everything, right? That's all the
That's
falafel?
all of it.
Okay. So our next step is going to be rolling these things, and I'm really excited about that. And then we will bake them, and then we'll make the sauce, and then we get to eat them.
And then eat them.
Okay. So you'll want to scoop. If you have a little melon scooper, you can use that. You can also roll it in your hands, but it's a little bit messy. So I would recommend getting an ice cream scoop or a melon scooper is best because it gives the proper size. Now we're gonna make some sauce. Saucy sauce. Okay, so you need the yogurt, right?
Yogurt. Yep.
And then what do we do with the yogurt?
We're just gonna mix it all together, real easy. We're gonna put, like usual,
Garlic.
garlic, salt,
I was just like, bam!
and same thing. We're gonna do our
Mix
essential
the oils
oils into
in the
olive
oil
oil
first.
and then add it. This time we're gonna do 6 drops of lime and 2 of cilantro.
4, 5, 6.
Oops. Oh, missed it.
And then 2.
2 cilantro. 1.
1, 2. Okay.
All right.
This is what I do at home when I'm doing my essential oils. I'm like 1, 2, 3. So yeah, mix it all together. And it smells so good, you guys.
Already.
That lime is like,
It's so
It makes me
good.
think of guacamole.
Yes. Yeah, all these make great guacamole. The lime and the cilantro and the...
That makes sense. I mean, duh, lime and cilantro.
These are all those things.
If they made garlic essential oil, I would put that in there too.
Put that in there too.
Do they have ginger essential oil?
They do have ginger.
Ooh.
They also have black pepper.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably pretty strong. Okay, so that's all you do with that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Then we've got a beautiful sauce.
And then, so we've got the sauce, and then the next step, we will be putting it all together, and then we will be eating it. Yes. Okay, you guys, it's time for our favorite part. Let's taste this stuff. First of all, look. That's awesome. We're not even going to do plates, you guys, because
just
guess
gonna
what? The lettuce is a plate, okay?
There's a plate.
So you might want to eat over the plate, though.
Oh, I lost one of mine.
Oh, no.
I still have one.
Okay.
Ready?
I took a really big bite. I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay. First of all, and I haven't cooked a lot with essential oils, and I was wondering how strong it would taste. This just tastes like you put the regular stuff in.
Right.
It's not overpowering.
It's not overpowering.
It's super tasty. We put cucumbers on here, and I'm really glad that we did because it provides an element of freshness along with because the lettuce, when you put the falafels on, you put them on warm, so the lettuce gets a little warm, but the cucumbers provide a little bit of cool.
Nice and
then
fresh.
that sauce, that coconut sauce, it's just the right
It's so
thing.
good.
And you guys, it tastes a lot like sour cream. So you could totally use this for tacos. This cream sauce. So, okay, I took another bite
Now you can't talk.
without thinking.
But yeah, great alternative, even for like a dip. Like change up your spices and make it a ranch.
Oh my gosh, that'd be such a good idea.
Yeah.
She's so full of good ideas. Okay, to get more good ideas, let's ask, where can we reach you?
Please do. Just email me, essentiallylorrie@gmail.com. I'd be happy to talk to you about essential oils or
Paleo.
or AIP, whichever one.
Yeah, autoimmune. Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to put that at the end of the credits. And I also want to say, shout out to Allergy Eats. It's an app. They are amazing. They help people be able to go out and enjoy food in the restaurant world. And
a big deal.
you literally download the app. and you can put in your allergies, and they have more than just the top 8, and it will pop up with all the restaurants in your area that you can go eat at safely.
It's amazing.
And they have a website and they have a blog. So please, Allergy Eats, go check them out. They are amazing. Shout out to you guys. This is Mary Beth Eversole, the allergy actress, with special guest Lorrie Gray, my friend, and we are signing off for now.